I was the pastor of a church of 200 or 300 people, 3 or 4 staff maybe, and absolutely drowning in a sea of administrative minutia.
People were coming to the church, people were being saved, giving their lives to Jesus Christ, but instead of being happy about what God was doing, I began to wonder if being a pastor was worth the personal toll that it was taking on me.
Ministry Advantage was able to tailor their coaching strategy to meet our needs. They were able to uniquely tailor coaching to fit our culture and the sort of unique nuances of being a part of Oakdale Covenant Church, which is a predominantly African American congregation.
I was feeling frustrated, and I didn't really know what we needed. I just knew we needed something.
The number of complex issues that were coming across my desk helped me to realize how significant my challenge was, and I needed some coaching.
My wife and I came to this area south of Houston, Texas, 22 years ago to start the church. Before our first service, I took some time and I wrote down some goals that I feel like if God blessed us and we did the right thing, that maybe we could see happen. And one of those goals that I wrote down was this, that maybe by God's grace, in 10 years, we would have 1,000 people in attendance. Well, the church ran 75 people for the first 6 years. Then it doubled in the 7th year, and then did so again and again and again. And by the end of the 10th year, we broke 1,000 people in attendance. What a blessing! Only it didn't feel like a blessing. In fact, it didn't feel anything like what I expected. And I found myself having thoughts of escaping, and that shocked me because God had answered my prayers. People were coming to the church, people were being saved, giving their lives to Jesus Christ, but instead of being happy about what God was doing, I began to wonder if being a pastor was worth the personal toll that it was taking on me. And then I heard about Ministry Advantage. And so I looked into it, I signed up for it, and I began to learn about ministry management systems and procedures that gave the church consistent and effective results in every ministry without me having to constantly oversee everything. You think about it, once upon a time, I wondered if our church would be able to withstand the growth. I wondered if I would be able to withstand the growth. But now I know that our potential is unlimited. Last weekend, we had over 6,000 people in church on a normal weekend, and I want you to check this out. No emails today. This is the afternoon when we're recording this. No emails today. No phone calls today. No text messages today, except for my daughter who's in high school and is not supposed to be texting. I'm just saying, I'm healthy as a husband and as a dad. Our church is excelling and reaching people for Christ. And I cannot wait to see what God has for us next.
I'm Russ Ullman. I'm the founding president of Ministry Advantage. You know, I came to a place in my pastoral experience where I realized I didn't have all the skills and the tools I needed to lead my church effectively. And that was a shock and also a big discouragement to me. You know, eventually I figured out that the problem was really in my training. It wasn't that I wasn't smart enough or that I didn't have the leadership ability. I just never really been trained to lead a church effectively, and certainly not a growing church. You know, I had great theology, I had good communication skills, I had a real passion for ministry, but I had never really been trained to lead a church effectively. You know, I have a friend who likes to say that every pastor comes to a place where more than a sage from the stage, he needs a guide by the side, and I agree with that. If you're at a place where you're starting to realize that what you really need is a competent coach to come alongside you, a practitioner who understands how to lead a church effectively, someone who could guide you through a proven process, then I hope that you'll consider contacting us today. We'd love to help you down that path. God bless you.